Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Together, we are the
therapist.
most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we're going to go over 10 things men and women should do every day. I guess I could have said everyone should do every day, but I don't know if we're talking about children or not. Probably not.
Oh,
men and women. Yeah.
right. So, yeah, we'll kind of make a disclaimer there.
Right. This is part of our self-improvement series. We're kind of dabbling in this area. Brad and I are big fans of self-improvement stuff. We've taken some. You took Dale Carnegie, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
No, Dale. You're
Dale,
right.
yeah, not Fred. Alma. Okay, so before we do that, Brad, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we'll upload every day. We're also trying to self-improve you. You're also going to want to go over to Bob and Brad because we've been giving away a boatload of stuff this year, and we're going to continue right almost till the end of the year. Starting tomorrow, not today, we're going to be giving away two of these. I'm sorry, we got it right. Two of these.
What, Bob? What, Bob?
Two of these desk risers. It's really great for the laptop, but you actually can use this for your regular desktop too. You can put your screen on top of there.
Sure. Yep. Your computer.
Yep. What's nice about it is really portable. I mean,
right.
It's got a handle here, and where the other ones are quite heavy.
Yeah, they're made to stay in one spot and takes one or almost two people to move them. But this you could take with you anywhere.
Yeah, so I really like this. So you'll have to take a look at those tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, number one. What's the number one thing men and women should do every day? And I saw this recommended a couple times. Is actually you should spend some time outdoors if possible, especially for the vitamin D.
The sun.
The sun. Yeah. And it's hard. Because Brad and I live in an area where, I mean, we go for weeks without sun.
Well, that's kind of exaggerating a little bit, isn't it, Bob?
Not this fall, it wasn't. I think we went for 3 weeks without any sun.
This was an unusual year, but it's not like living in Washington or Oregon where it's a little more there. But yeah, to get outside, I have no problem with this one. I'd rather be outside than inside unless it's 10 below.
The problem I have, Brad, is, and I can start telling by spring when this has happened because I like to run outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of takes care of number 1 and 2. That'll be the second one we're going to talk about. But the problem is when it gets icy out, I can't run outside anymore. And so I miss that outdoor time. And I really, honestly, I feel like my level of stress overall kind of goes up when I don't get outdoors. It has a calming effect. And during the summer, I'm great. I'm just calm and cool. And
I've noticed that.
Yeah. So number 2 is exercise. I don't think that's any surprise to anybody, but you should try to do some form of exercise every day. I know some of the books that we were reading, they actually recommend a lot of exercise every day if you want to stay young.
Are you talking about that?
Younger next year.
Yeah, I think there's few people who will do that. I mean, I may go to that extreme, but I
think you are at that extreme already. You exercise a lot.
Well, I know, but the intensity that they recommend is quite high. I think going for a brisk walk is for many people is going to be more than adequate. Yep.
Number 3, this is one that as you get older, you'll understand, and maybe even when you're younger, you'll start to understand it. But you really got to take care of your skin. I mean, I've got a lot of friends, Brad, that are getting skin cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of it's the basal cell, but I mean, a lot of them, and they're getting parts of their face chopped off.
Well. My wife works in dermatology at Gunderson.
Oh, she does.
And she sees it every day, and she's very adamant about proper hat wear,
That's
clothing.
Exactly right.
And I'm reminded of it constantly. Get your sunscreen on, etc. Because when you see, and that's, it's kind of a rude way to say it, but, people come out and they're bandaged up and it's just a very unpleasant experience.
Well, I heard about golfers down in Florida that, you see these golfers, and they all got the tops of their ears lopped off because they got skin cancer on them. So the baseball cap doesn't work.
No.
You have to have the floppy hat.
Right, yeah. It's neat. It goes all the way around. And they actually have number ratings for hats.
Oh, do they really?
Right, like sunscreen. Yep, you can get ratings on hats as well.
Oh.
Well, Bob, I like to keep up with
You're really
things.
knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the way, that also includes sunglasses because you can actually affect your eyes too. I mean,
sure.
With the sun. So all these things I kind of became more aware of in the last couple of years and became more.
Yeah, it's part of the aging process, Bob.
Number 4 is actually teeth care. A lot of illness and sickness the entry point is through the mouth,
Sure.
and a lot of people don't realize that. And that's why you try to keep your hands away from your mouth and nose
Hmm.
during the the high periods of flu season and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Well, it's like if you have a knee replacement and you go to the dentist, you have to take what is it?
Antibiotics.
Antibiotics
Yeah,
before you go to the dentist because that can cause a knee infection in that new joint.
yeah,
Just going to
absolutely.
the dentist,
Yeah,
it's really
it's really
amazing.
crazy. So yeah,
Hmm.
brush, floss, mouthwash. I mean, the whole deal.
Right.
Because I mean, it actually you're taking care of your health when you're taking care of your teeth.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing
We
how
should
much
be a
better.
dentist.
Well, yeah, I considered it, but then I thought, well, therapist would be more fun.
All right, number 5, learn something new every day. There's so many sources now. You can learn from YouTube. You can learn from us.
Hmm.
You can learn from. There's documentaries you can watch. You can read. You can,
Right.
the podcasts, and that's what I'm going to actually get into now. I'm going to start listening to podcasts in my car.
Yeah, I
So
got to learn how to
to
hook
deal with
that.
that,
Yeah, maybe
yeah,
the Bluetooth thing or
it's
whatever it
really
is.
easy, Brad. It's not hard at all.
Oh, well, I know, but you know me.
We had a whole Bluetooth discussion this
Yeah,
morning. So
I were talking about a dentist at first.
I tried it. One thing I really like to read, and I like to read for at least a half hour every night. And so many nights now, though, I get to the end of the night and like, there's no time. I mean, I got,
Yeah, I
I
hope you don't not one of those people that read and drive.
no,
Ah,
no.
that
When
drives me
when
crazy. You
there's
ever see
books on
someone with a
tape,
book on? Yeah,
yeah,
but I've seen that already. Someone's got a book on the
no
steering
kidding.
wheel. That's
There's
terrible.
enough problems with looking at the phones.
Yeah.
All right, number 6. Again, no surprise here, but try to eat healthy.
Mm,
For me, we've been cutting down on the refined sugars and the
mm,
carbs.
yeah.
Not that you should cut them out. I feel like you still should have them in your life.
Right. They
But
get the peanut M&Ms, and I like the dark chocolate
right,
ice cream
yeah. So
candy.
just start making some changes to your
Yeah.
diet.
Good
So
common sense. Some of it is, and others you may not be aware of.
number 7, I think this really works well for stress and even just general well-being. Is you got to be appreciative for what you do have, and I do that
Mm,
every morning, Brad. I get up and I'm while I'm stretching, I'm thinking of what are the things that are good in my life,
sure.
and there's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot more than there's bad. So you even have some good points about you. I'd have to think about it for a while
Well,
to come
yeah,
up
I
with
know.
them,
I
but
asked my wife, and she does remember a couple of them now
does
and
she
then,
really?
but not last night. I,
Uh,
I kind of burned the
wa-
frying pan thing.
was
Anyways,
one
that's
of those
another.
nights, huh?
Yeah, but anyways, other than that, she forgive me already.
I
So
just think it really is good to be appreciative. I mean, just take the time to start
really,
going and take a time every day where you think about that.
yep.
Number 8, hydrate. Plain old water, not pop, not energy drinks. A lot of those can dehydrate you even.
Yeah, a lot of that caffeine,
Right.
is diuretic, and but yeah, make sure. I think that we mentioned this before. My brother works in ER, and vast majority of the people that come in that are sick, all of them
Are dehydrated.
dehydrated. They've got to hook them up to an IV and get some, and it's just.
We see it. We work in a lot of skilled nursing facilities, a lot of
Mhm.
nursing homes too. And I mean, how common is that, Brad? Dehydration.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
and I have seen it as you get older. It's really hard to. It's really easy not to drink water. I mean, for
Yeah.
me,
Mhm.
and I have to make it a point to actually,
Yeah.
to drink the water and make it
Yeah, I mean,
a
nowadays to drink water out of the faucet tap is people just don't do it anymore. Of course, there's water quality issues that have something to do with that.
it can be depending on where you
Yeah.
live. Number 9, and I just started this one, Brad. And I thought this was a good thing. I try to tell or call someone every day and tell them I appreciate them.
You do, You did-
Brad, I'm going to
This
think of somebody else that I appreciate. Liz, I really appreciate you.
I was going to say he's never called me and said that yet.
I can tell you in person too.
There you go. No, that's good.
No, it is. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and again, as you get older and people start dropping off. I mean, I mean, we had people. I
Yeah.
lost my uncle this week, and I mean,
Oh, yeah.
seriously,
When is the funeral?
it's gonna be Saturday.
Okay.
So, I mean, you never know if it's the last time you see someone, so you want to say that
Right.
what you mean to me in my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it really is important. And it's amazing as you get older, you think of that more, and you watch your children grow and etc.
yeah.
And
number
we're going to start
10.
sobbing pretty soon.
Number 10, get enough sleep.
Oh.
Really, sleep is so important. For these people that think that, they're going to get all this stuff done and they're going to cut into their sleep, they're getting less done in the long run, and you're affecting your health.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
You're not-
with some people, it's almost a bragging, right?
It
I
is.
only get 4
I
hours
agree.
a night.
And I'm like, no, I take my nap, and
mm,
I get about 7.5 hours based on, well, 7 hours and 20 minutes based on,
oh, you
I
got it
got it
down.
almost down to a pat. I am a creature of habit, but I make sure, and if I don't get it one night, that much sleep,
Sleep.
I will get a little more the next night because, yeah, shut up, Brad.
It's a family show.
Shut.
Well, that's how they're made.
All right, number 10. That was number 10. Get enough sleep. You get enough sleep, don't you? Mostly?
Usually, if I'm really busy with this or that, or sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night because I got to go potty,
Yeah.
and I come back to try to fall asleep, and I can't because I got really busy the next day, and I'll start thinking about
Oh, yeah. Start
my
running
list
through
of
things.
things or this or that, and so
Yeah.
once in a while, but most
All
of the
right.
time I'm pretty good, Bob. It's getting late in the video, Bob. People are starting to tune out.
Saranara. I hope I said that.